Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. This is Eddie J on crypto. So we've got a few things going. By far, the biggest one is the new bill introduced by Senators Lummis and Gillibrand. We'll dig into that because it says a hell of a lot about who should be or which agencies should be overseeing the space. As well as their take, especially Lummis's take on Fidelity's offering of Bitcoin, Ethereum as part of their retirement packages. Rain Exchange, backed by Coinbase, has decided they're going to lay off, I have already laid off dozens of staff. We'll dig into that one because I'm pretty sure you know how I feel about it. Just wanted to bring up Elon and his Twitter, I call it a demise. Of course, he's trying to wiggle out of it. We'll dig into that one a little bit too. The U.S. SEC, Securities Exchange Commission, is looking at the sale of BNB as a security, which would obviously go against what the new bill is being touted by Lummis and Gillibrand, and just picking another fight in a space that I don't think they have a total control over. The William Hinman emails are now no longer considered privileged information, which means it's open to the public. There will be a conference call later today specifically about the emails. That is going to be huge. I suspect that the SEC won't come out of that looking good. But anyway, let's get into it. So Senators Lummis and Gillibrand introduced a new bill that would mark ancillary assets, meaning not fully decentralized coins like Bitcoin and Solana and Avalanche and Cardano and basically the top 200 coins that are out there. List them as commodities and not securities, placing them under CFTC oversight versus the SEC, which would take a lot of the SEC cases and tell them to shut up. Ooh. Yeesh. Which sounds about right. It does sound about right. I think that, their bill is bringing to the table a more holistic view of the crypto space. And that means that I think there would be a boon thereafter because everybody would know what they can and cannot do. However, adding the term ancillary asset to the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 is actually a very big deal. The reason why is because there's a new definition called an ancillary asset that clearly defines and sets forth basically the top 200 crypto assets. Just look at CoinMarketCap and you can see the top 200 crypto assets. However, they would still have to report periodically to the SEC about what they're doing, how's it doing. Basically, hey, we're still doing the same thing, right? The project would have to say, hey, we're doing the same thing, or note any significant changes or anything else like that. So if you look at Ethereum, 6 months ago, they would have made a report. 6 months now, they in their report would be, hey, we're about to do this merge, and it's going to have this kind of an impact, yada 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 yada. But it doesn't materially change what Ethereum is. So when you look at this bill, it looks like it would take the pending case against BNB or the investigation into BNB and toss it out the window. It would take the impending case against Ripple, toss it out the window. And the reason why is because it really does lay down clear definitions of, what is and isn't an ancillary asset, what is and isn't a commodity, and really lay the groundwork for what's out there. There are a couple other things that are in that. It's a 69-page bill, and I will admit, I have not read it all yet. Yes, I do want to read it, and I'm probably going to read it. One thing, I had a conversation with my friend Carl Aridas. Love this guy. Check him out. He writes a lot of stuff for the company he works for, but look him up on LinkedIn, and you'll catch his articles. Carl Aridas. But that said, I had a conversation with him, and we both agreed pretty much that, people should be educated about what they're doing. I mean, crypto technology or crypto assets are highly volatile assets, okay? And we agree to that. Should it be a part of somebody's retirement package? Well, that's up to you personally. But like I always say, Do your own research. If you're not doing your own research in the space, I had a conversation with my friend Moshe, and I told him, I said, he was like, "Oh, dude, what do you think I should do?" I said, I don't give financial advice. I tell you what I'm doing, but have you done any research? Oh, I don't have time for that. Have you watched any of my videos? Oh, I don't have time for that. Dude, if you're not doing any of that, don't do it. And he says, you know what? Since I don't have time to actually do the research, you're right. I'm not going to do it. Bravo. Conscious decision. I'm interested in something, but I don't have the time to do the research, so I'm not going to do it. See how that common sense plays out? Love you, Moshe. Love you, Carl. That's what I'm talking about. But this bill is going to be huge. It's going to be huge. Now, what's funny is that on CNBC today, Senator Lummis was asked a question about Fidelity's inclusion of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And she said, listen, yeah, I think that's good. So that you have an opportunity to invest in something else. You have an opportunity to invest in stocks, bonds, and all these other things. Why not digital assets? Okay, great. And Senator Gillibrand actually agreed. And I said, it's not surprising that she would agree. That goes directly against Senators Tina Smith and Elizabeth Warren, who say, oh, that's bad, 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 bad. But their perspective of bad is because it's highly volatile. Crypto space is highly volatile. If you're not doing your own research, don't invest. How hard is this? How hard is this? So you're just going to blindly invest in stocks? No, you're an idiot if you do that. Same thing with bonds. You're an idiot if you do that. Don't necessarily just rely on somebody else's research for you to make your monetary decisions. Do your own research. Grow your bag. I do my research so I can grow my bag. I'm not perfect. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. I always learn. Hence, I guess I'm always winning. Okay, that's cool. I'll take that, right? But do the research. Now, Rain Exchange, Bahrain-based exchange, concentrating in the MENA area, MENA. And you sit there, Middle East, North Africa. And you sit there and you kind of go, yeah, did you get ahead of your skis? Hire too many people? Right? Or just mismanage the company and that's why you're laying off dozens of people? Because the company that's backing you, Coinbase, basically did the same thing? Yeah, it sounds like poorly managed companies. A lot of this happened during the dot-com era. Companies got ahead of their skis, hired all these people. You're not there yet. You're not there yet. Create the problem, hire the person to solve the problem. Create the problem, hire the person to solve the problem. Create the problem, you see how that goes? Not, let me just hire all these people and snatch them all up. Yeah. Poor planning. That's what gets you there. What annoys me the most is they just got funding in January. Or just, excuse me. They just got more funding in January. It's only June. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. You run your business how you run your business, but I strongly suggest you take a step back and understand what you're doing and all that good stuff. All right. Have to talk about Elon just because I find it funny. So he has this habit of going out there on a riff, yada, 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 creating all this turmoil, capitalizing on the turmoil, and then tamping it down so that it goes away. Well, he created all this yada, yada and turmoil about Twitter, and it's not as easy to make it go away. I think Twitter needs to grow some backbone and give him his way out. Pay us the $1 billion, and you can walk away. And then they can go back to concentrating on their business instead of this guy creating nothing but turmoil at their company, right? To the point of how can they concentrate on anything when they've got Elon and his game show going on? Give him his way out. Take him to court. Pay us the $1 billion. Go away, Elon. Never come back. And as for all these people that are, want to back him in his purchase, how do you back a guy that's, such a butterfly when it comes to this stuff? I'm not saying that he's not smart. I think he is smart. But I think that he is now using that fame and fortune to drive markets to where he wants it to be so he can capitalize while wrecking other people. It's not just turmoil anymore. He's wrecking other people's lives now. So he's give that some thought. Give that some thought. Now, BNB, like I said, I touched on this a little earlier with regard to Lummis's and Gillibrand's bill. SEC is looking into BNB, the coin, being sold as a security. You sit back and kind of go, well, if you look at that bill and you look at the definition, it's not a security, it's a commodity. Shut up and go away. However, it is, from what I understand, I believe it is a stablecoin, which, their bill says stablecoins must be 100% backed by liquid assets, right? And normal liquid assets, okay? So that way, should something happen, they've got the asset to back it up. And I sit there and just kind of go, ooh, yee. That's a lot of money for some of these places. I don't know if that's going to happen. So that definition is going to be a very big deal. That is going to be a very big deal for some of these companies that have so-called stable coins, especially algorithm-backed stable coins. Yeah, that could be a bye-bye in the U.S. for you. Something that's really interesting to me is the William Hinman emails. Okay, those emails are no longer privileged. It means they're open to the public. I have not had a chance to dig into them, but I have a funny feeling that a lot of what they are, a lot of what's in them is going to come out during today's conference call. It's a public hearing, so you can actually show up at the courthouse down in Manhattan and listen to it live. That's going to be a very, very big deal. I don't think that's going to bode well for the SEC. But you see what happens. I got an email, not an email, but I got a WhatsApp message from my friend Moshe last night, and he was like, "Oh, Bitcoin's taking a beating." Dude, Bitcoin's not taking a beating. I'm going to show you why. And remember, this is my friend that's not into crypto. He's just kind of looking at it from the outside. But let's take a look at the numbers, and I'll show you why this is not taking a beating. All right, we're going to start right here. I'm not even going to bother to look at winners and losers today because it hasn't changed all that much from yesterday because everybody's losing today, right? But the fear index, like I said, did go up from 13 to 15. I said it would go up, and it did. DeFi Llama, we lost a bit. We lost about $7 billion in total value locked. Bitcoin, you see that drop? Do you see a corresponding negative volume? Well, there you go. Boom, big drop. But where did it drop? Well, it dropped from above my line, above, my band, to the bottom half of my band. But it's still within that inner band. We're just going to put that out there. It's still within the inner band. What I will ask you to take notice of, let's zoom in a little bit, or zoom out a little bit. See this? See when it popped out? It came out a bit, but then it dropped and all that good stuff, and it dropped and it dropped and dropped, and it came up. Right? It comes up a little bit, establishes new space, then it takes a dive, goes up a little bit, and it just bounces around right there, just basically moving sideways. Then it goes up a little bit, and then somebody drives it down. Okay? The difference with Bitcoin and other altcoins is that you can see what wallets are making moves to drive something down or up. Just putting that out there for you. Common knowledge. It's all out there in a public ledger. Ta-da. So it drops down. But here's the thing. Again, did not drop outside of my band. So what do I think? I think there's a lot of upward potential, and you have people that are tamping it down. Right? So I'm thinking that as this bill progresses, that is going to cause that's a macro event that I believe will cause an explosion upward for the crypto space. I mean, we're a long way off from that bill, happening, but I think the chatter is already there, and I think it's going to do nothing but grow. They've handed it out to each one of the committees that would oversee this space, and I think there are going to be a lot of conversations. They'll become more and more public. And they think they can get the votes for it. That's a big deal. Now, like I said, Tina Smith and Elizabeth Warren are fundamentally against the bill, but you cannot shake a stick at. It's the most comprehensive bill that's out there. It's taken into account almost all of the other smaller bills that are out there takes a far more holistic view. Far more holistic view. I think that's going to be a good thing. Looking at cryptocurrencies in general, I'm probably going to get in today because everything is on sale again. Ethereum in the 1700s again. Bitcoin under 30,000. Cardano, Solana. Again, these are all things that were on our winning list yesterday, taking big drops today. Again, I have my long-term holding wallets and I have my for-play wallets where I make shorter-term decisions, right? And those shorter-term decisions can be totally different, basically are totally different than my long-term decisions. Anything in my long-term wallets, I put it there, I put it to the side. Short-term, I put it there, I look at what's going on. This to me is an opportunity because I think we'll hit 2,000 again. So bumping up, over 10% would be great, right? So put in right now, and I think that I'm going to make some money. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So it'll probably be Ethereum, Cardano, probably some more Doge, probably some more Algorand. How did SHIB do? SHIB and Matic, those are probably things I'm going to dip into, but really Matic. Probably dip into some Chainlink as well. I mean, because they took major hits after being up yesterday. So I'm sitting back and I'm going, oh, everything's on sale again. I'm probably going to get in. And when it pops up, I'll take some of it off, making a profit, and then keep playing that up-down game based on the current rhythms that are out there because none of the underlying macro events have changed. The bill has been announced, but it's not a macro event yet. That's the big deal. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and absolutely, please, hit the notification bell so you know when I'm dropping a new video. All of that helps me get air in my sails and keep doing what I'm doing. Again, this is Eddie J on crypto. Hope you like what I'm doing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.